Hello friends, today we are going to see about the why the Sensex is rising constantly for last few days or few months. As we see that the Sensex has grown for more than 22% in the last 1 year, and currently it is hovering about 38,722 point, which was the last closing point for the today's trading hours. Now, if you see that people are even expecting the Sensex to reach and cross 41,000 to 42,000 point by the next financial year, by the end of next financial years. Now, these are the expectation. Now we have to see and analyze that what are the reasons for the growth of the Sensex. Now, first of all, if you see at the Indian economy, for the last one quarter, for the first quarter of the 2018 and the 19, the corporate revenue has grown, or corporate revenue, the India Inc. revenue has grown by more than 22%. And that has created the positivity among the investors and even among the global players. That if the India is on the growth trajectory, the India is following the growth path. If you analyze, the pharma sector revenue has grown by more than 20%, IT sector revenue has grown by more than 12%, and overall revenue growth is by more than 22%. And that is very positive sign that has created the optimism among the investors across the world for the Indian market. Now, if you look at the second reason is that if you look at the financial institutional investors are now very positive about the Indian stock market, Indian capital market. Because if you see from the April till the June, they were the net sellers of the Indian equities. They sold for more than 60,000 crore in the Indian market. But if you see that the net investment for the last 2 months for the July has been more than 2,000 crore, and also in the month of August that has been more than 6,000 crore. So if you look at the overall scenario, that the financial institutional investors are very positive about the Indian stock market, and their net inflow is going back into the India. Now, if you see, the third important reason for the growth of the Sensex is the global sentiment, global scenario. Now, if you see the last few months, there was a trade tension between the US and China, US and Iran, and US and Turkey. Now that trade tension is going down and down. Also, if you see that the Federal Reserve chief speech, in the speech said that the US economy is quite is on the growth path, on the growth trajectory. It's growing from almost about 4%. Now that is very important to see that the US economy is constantly growing, and that is again creating the positivity across the globe. So if you see the major global indices are growing, are in the positive, like for example Nikkei, if you see FTSE 100, Russell 2000, also Dow Jones, NYSE, all the major indices of the stock indices across the globe are positive. So that is the third reason that the global sentiment are very positive. Now, if you look at the next reason, that why the trade war tension that we have just said is now cooling down. Also, if you look at the rupee, which was actually depreciating in the last few weeks, has now recovered. So rupee is strengthening against the dollar. Dollar is weakening in the global market. That is again giving the positivity for the Indian market, at least for the developing countries. That is a very good sign for the India as well, that the rupee has again came back. But the depreciation of rupee, the concern still remains the same, because rupee is the only among the Asian country that has been beleaguered, that has been hit for more than 13% since last 1 year. So the concern still remains for the rupee, but still that why the people are very much confident about the Indian market, and they're constantly investing in that. Also, if you look at the trade tension between the US and China is now slowing down. They have agreed to sit together and talk about the negotiation agreements and trade things, etc., which is happening. Also, the NAFTA agreement which is there, the US and the Mexico has now agreed to renegotiate, to relook into the matters, that is again easing the tension among the global market. So these are the top 5 reasons why the Indian market is constantly growing, and that is very good sign. And That's how. But it is for the investor is nothing that to catch about. Definitely the SIP route will be one of the best route for the people to invest in the Indian market. Stick to the SIPs. That will catch up your movement of up and down, the rise and fall, that you can definitely catch up over there. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly do subscribe to our channel, like and share it among your friends, so that we keep on motivating or keep on producing such kind of video, and keep this your shares and likes and comments keep us motivated to produce more and more public video for your benefit. Thank you once again. Kindly do subscribe to our channel. Thank you once again.